హలో. నమస్తే మను దీది. నమస్తే ఎవ్రీవన్. వెల్కమ్ టు eSIP. We are waiting for resource person to join and we'll start the meeting when the resource person join with us. Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste, Jagdish Bhaiya.
Namaste Didi. Namaste. Ila
Since we
Didi
are wait, yes,
is
I
yeah.
believe Ila Didi must be about to join. Meanwhile, to utilize our time and to have an interaction with our family members, can we take some reflections from them? I believe
Sure Didi.
that would be nice, na?
Yeah. If
So,
any
yeah.
participant or any student want to interact regarding your student induction program and UHV1 content or any reflections you want to put, you are welcome. You please raise your hand so that we'll provide you with mic. So Jay Surya, you have been provided with mic. Yes. Abdul Razak, Ansil, if anyone
sir.
would like to. Yes. Abdul Razak, yeah, you can reflect how is UHV1 in your institute, and if you have any doubts or reflections, you can. Yeah, Rizwan Sheikh, you have been provided with mic. If you would like to share something regarding universal human values. Yes.
I think UHV has helped me a lot, such as, and it has helped me make some new friends. And
Okay.
one of the good things is that it has provided me some information on what I can do after college, some guidance like internship, jobs. It has given me the confidence that my institution can trust, but that I can trust my interest institution.
So from where you belong and which institute? Rizwan?
Madampally, Madampally
From
Institute. It's,
okay. So
yeah.
any proposal from UHV that you have verified, or which how what is the observation regarding this content that you have taken in student induction program? If it is conducted, you can share.
Sorry.
Any proposal that you could verify yourself.
Oh. Uh,
There are many sessions in UHV1. Any proposal or any, what was
like,
your perception about that previously, and now what is your perception about that? You can share.
yeah. I guess my perception was that before UHV was that when I joined the college, I automatically just started with classes. But the UHV program helped like the transition make easy. It has made it easy.
Yeah, nice. So you are comfortable with the environment now.
Yeah,
So
with
you are
the
seeing the relatedness with all.
right, yeah.
Yeah, nice, nice. Keep exploring and try to attend all the sessions on UHV on Wednesdays. It will be going to give more clarity on the content. Yeah. So welcome. Any other would like to share your experiences with UHV and how you are able to see this content in your living? You can share with us. Yeah, Jay Shurya, if you'd like to share something.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Good evening, sir. First of all,
Good evening. Namaste.
sir, what I had learned about this means I have experienced a lot, sir. But in my life also, after UHV and before UHV, I experienced very lot, sir. Because
Good.
that mean right understanding, relatedness, and trust between two people.
Yes.
I saw between after UHV class. I talked about UHV class with my friend also, sir.
Yes.
He also trusted me from past 17 years.
Good.
Yes, sir.
Mm.
We are from childhood friends. We don't have intention, wrong intention about us. I really, and I am also interested to join at UH with second, this too also, sir.
Yeah, that will be later. And right now we can have
Yes, sir. I am
UHV1
improving
weekly
myself also,
meetings.
sir.
Very
To see
nice,
always
Jay
relatedness
Surya.
with
Yeah,
everyone.
that is very
Relationship.
nice.
Yes,
I
sir.
can see that from your observation.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, nice. Nice,
Thanks.
Jay Surya. Keep exploring about the UHV content. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Anyone like to share your observations regarding the UHV1 in your institute? How is the student induction program is going on, and universal human values proposal you are taking? We have with us Ella Didi joined with us. So namaste Ella Didi.
Namaste, Bhaiya.
Namaste. So we are taking reflection from the newly joined students. They have recently completed student induction program.
Sure, sure.
Yeah, many are from my
Can I
institute.
also share screen in the meanwhile?
Yeah, you can.
Because the screen is there, so I can't share. That's what I'm getting the message.
Oh, you are not host, Didi?
No,
You are co-host only.
no.
Yeah.
The thing is that now I'll be able to. Earlier there
Yes.
was a screen being shared.
Oh,
So
somebody, maybe Manu Didi has shared this eSIP screen.
no worries. Now I'll share.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the meanwhile, you can continue with the sharing.
Yes, sure. Yeah. Any student would like to put forward their reflections or observation regarding UHV, what proposal they would able to verify themselves? Anyone like to share their observation? You raise your hand, we'll provide you with mic.
Is my screen visible?
1 minute.
Yes,
Didi.
sir. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Didi, it's visible, and maybe we have to put it in sharing mode, slideshow.
It's not in the slideshow mode.
Yes.
Okay. But yeah, continue with the sharing in the meanwhile.
Yes, sure, Didi. Yeah. So anyone would like to share that your observations regarding UHV1 content? You are most welcome. Any proposal that you could see yourself? We'd like to hear from the students. If you'd like to interact, please raise your hand. We'll provide you with the mic.
It'll be nice to hear from you all.
Yes. We already provided mics to few students.
Is my
Yes,
screen
screen
now?
is visible, Didi, and you
Okay.
may put it in slideshow mode.
No, but I'm not able to do it
Okay.
that way. View. If y'all can see it, then I will continue the way it is.
Yeah, it's visible, but yeah.
Is this better?
It's okay, but we are seeing that other screens a little bit. That
Okay. Is it better now? If you can just.
yeah, better.
Better, right? Oh,
Yes.
okay. So can we proceed further then?
Yes. 1 minute, Didi. Let me introduce you to the
Okay.
student.
Okay.
Namaste and formally welcome all for this Wednesday eSIP session. And we are doing this from November 2020. And every week we meet here in this get together to get more clarity on the content. Now, let us welcome our resource person Ella Didi for continuing the session. Thank you, Didi, and it's over to you, Didi.
Thank you very much. I only hope that the screen is visible properly to y'all. So we've already seen, I think we have already done all this. Sunil Bhaiya has moved ahead in this. Am I right?
Yes, last week I was not there, but probably he has covered this part, health part.
Yeah. So I think we were in the health part. Participants, you can tell me, students, if we can start,
If
you all are ready,
anyone,
if you
yes,
all are ready and you think we can start directly into this, that is from this particular slide. The feeling of self-regulation. Can you all respond on the chat? Whether we are prepared for this slide. Okay, very nice. So Sunil Bhaiya has already covered quite a bit, and we have seen that the body is an orderly system. We have seen how the human being is a coexistence of self and body. And we've also seen that the body is a very orderly system. It is in perfect harmony. It has a definite conduct. What do you all think? Do you all agree to this? That
Yeah,
the
I
body is
agree.
an orderly system, that all the cells that are there, the trillions of cells which are there in the body, they all work with each other in harmony.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you can respond in the chat also, and you can unmute and respond also. Both ways is fine. But do respond so that through your interaction, we can make our session more interesting. So we know that there are so many nerves, so many tissues, so many cells, which all make up different organs in the body. And all of them work in perfect harmony with each other, whether it is the digestive system, whether it's the heart, the lungs, every organ of the body is working in perfect harmony. Now, I have to ensure the continuity of that harmony. What do you think? Yeah, I think, Abdul, you want to respond. So you need the mic. I've already provided you the mic.
Yes, ma'am.
Abdul Malik, if you can raise your hand, then your name comes up. It'll be easier for us to provide you the mic. Yeah. You would like to say something? Please unmute. The mic is already provided to you.
Actually, that was a mistaken.
Okay. So we can continue, right? So
Yes,
what
ma'am.
do you
Yeah,
think?
ma'am.
So what do you all think? The body that we have all been given right from birth is so much in harmony. What do you think about it? That does the self have the responsibility to ensure the continuity of this body, to continue the harmony of this body? What do you all think? Does this body have the responsibility to see to it that this body continues to be in harmony?
No, ma'am.
So it is not our responsibility.
Hello.
It's our responsibility, ma'am.
Sorry.
It is
It's
our
our
responsibility.
responsibility to make our body cells to be in harmony, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So it is the responsibility of the self, right? So
Yes,
if
ma'am.
there's a platter of food kept on the dining table, we have gone for a party and there is a platter of food, there is the entire table is laid with lot of food. It would have food which will nourish our body, it will have food which will not nourish our body, and
Okay.
it would be tasty. So whose responsibility is to ensure that we eat the right food which is digestible, which will help the body to remain in harmony?
It's our self responsibility, ma'am.
Self. So That
ma'am.
is one aspect. Similarly, you have a choice whether you want to eat and then sleep, or whether you want to eat and continue with your activity. Just 1 minute. Huh? I don't know why.
Okay, ma'am.
Or whether you want to, just a minute. So suppose you have a choice whether you want to eat and sleep, or whether you want to eat and then go for a walk, or you want to sit up or just do some activity which will help in digestion. Do you have that choice every day or no?
Yes, ma'am. Of course, we
Every
have
day
that.
I have. Yes, ma'am.
So you have that choice.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
We have.
Jay, you can also respond. So
Ma'am,
if you have a choice, that means whose responsibility it is, self or body?
Self.
self, ma'am.
Self.
ma'am.
So that means we have a response. I, that means myself, has the responsibility towards the body.
Yeah, ma'am.
So whatever is required to ensure that the body is healthy, the I, that means the self, will take that responsibility. Yes? That is
Yes,
the
ma'am.
ideal situation. So now if we are clear about, we have the right understanding regarding the role of the body and the role of the self, we can move further and explore what is the process which will help us to ensure health. Yes, would like to say something. Just keep your mics on mute when you're not responding. But in case you want to respond or ask a question, you can definitely unmute, raise your hand, and we will give you an opportunity to speak. Yes, Chakri Yadav, you want to unmute and say something because your hand is raised.
Maybe it's by mistake, Didi. We can continue.
Okay, fine. Okay, I think there is a problem in the screen. That's what I'm getting the message. You're not able to see the screen properly. 1 second.
Didi, your screen is not in a presentation mode. That's the issue. Screen is visible, but it is not in a presentation mode. That's the.
1 second.
I can see your background also. I can see your mails. I can see all those needed
Okay, I got
everything
it.
icons.
Yeah. Now I've stopped share.
Yes, it's not visible now, but earlier it was there.
Okay. I got it. Just give me a second. Is it better?
Yes, Didi, now
Yes,
it's
ma'am.
in full screen mode and yeah. Yes. Didi.
Okay. Okay. I just need to. The problem is that I face a problem with the cursor.
Okay.
The moment I go in the slideshow mode, okay, we'll try now.
Yes.
Perfect, Didi.
Yeah, only thing is I'm not able to use the cursor. So probably you will have to use, mute and mute the participants. Okay.
I will
We'll
do
do it.
that.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
There is one chart from this student, Shashivardhan. Can
Yeah.
we take now or later, Didi?
Yeah. No. We can take it as and when they're
Okay.
discussing the matters. It's better.
By realizing any matter, can we be happy? That's what Shashivardhan want to. Yeah. If
By
Shashivardhan would like to talk, we'll provide you mic. Please raise your hand, Shashivardhan. Yeah, mic is already provided to you.
Yeah. Sashivardhan, are you sharing something?
By realizing any matter, can we happy? Like he is putting.
Okay, maybe he can elaborate the question on the chat if the mic is
Yes.
not operating for him. Okay, so we'll move further. So we just said that it is the responsibility of the self to take care of the body, to see that the body is in harmony. Because when we are born, the body that we have received is in perfect. I think we'll need to mute the participants in between. They are unmuting themselves. So it is that we have seen that during birth, our body is in perfect harmony, even immediately after we are born. And as we grow, self takes certain decisions, and therefore the body moves out from harmony. Now, since we have all explored the possibility that since the self is the one which is responsible to keep the body in harmony, let us see how this is going to be possible. Let us take the first way of staying healthy. How many of you think, you respond on the chat, how many of you think what we are taking in our body as a, whatever we eat, drink, in all different ways, whatever is the intake, has a role on the health of our body? How many of you agree? You can say yes if you think what we are taking in has an impact on our body. So I can see some of you all responding. Anzil, Abdur, you have responded, Swapnil, that yes, it has a role. So what are the different things that we intake in the body from morning to night? If you have to think about it, can you list down on the chat? What are the things that we are taking in? What do you intake from the surrounding into your body? Food, water, air. Yeah, these are the most important things that we are taking in. So that means what we are taking in, you have already said that what we take has an impact on the body. That means the quality of food, the type of food, the quality of water, the quality of air, all has an impact on our health. So if we have to take an example, what are the ways in which we, during our intake, harm our body? Any example you can give? Of the three, in food, water, and air, the three examples that you just narrated, what are the ways in which we harm the body? Junk food, very good. It's nice that you're exploring. Unhygienic food and water, very good. Unhygienic meaning eating maybe at the hawkers places, joints where maybe the food is not, the raw material is not cleaned properly, or it's not cooked in hygienic condition, or the water may not be pure. Increasing adulteration. Sugary food, yes. So that is the incorrect food that we take. Maybe very high in sugar. What else? So many examples are there. Only Swapnil, Anzil, and Rizwan are able to explore. What about the others? All that we consume through food, water, and air. There are innumerable examples that we go through every day. Can someone else also respond, please? Yes, taking a lot of fats, too much of oil or ghee, which may not be good for health. What else? What about air? Even simple example. Say if we are not taking pure air, fast foods, very good. Suppose if we are not taking fresh air, we've closed all the windows, and then we are keeping the fan on. What is happening? That same air is circulating inside. Similarly, you put on the air conditioner. Air conditioner has many other impact on our health. There is a whole science to show all that. So moving away from the pure air. What about light, daylight? We are also taking in light, sunlight, daylight, the rays of the light. So if we are not using the daylight and we are using a lot of other artificial lights, that will also have an impact on our body. Do you agree? What do you all think? So I hope the others are also able to explore. Yes, very good. So slowly you are able to understand that while we are using all these different intakes, it is impacting on our day-to-day, on our health. Similarly, our daily routine. What ways do we create unhealthy conditions in our body through our daily routine? Can you give any examples of that? What are the ways? You have a hint about lifestyle. Not proper exercise, very good. When we don't exercise properly, which is a very, very common problem. Irregular sleep, which is a very regular problem among students, especially. Now, even the corporate world, people don't sleep properly. Constantly, people are working. And in the student life, because of procrastination, or we don't do a proper balance between time management, we don't balance between our work and entertainment. So then what happens during examinations, we keep up nights, during submissions, assignments, we have very irregular patterns of sleep. Indigestion in food. Yeah, because when you eat late, you don't sleep well, then there is indigestion. Not ideal lifestyle consisting of mobile usage, lack of sleep, improper schedule. Very good. You brought out the real concerns that we all face and due to which our health is affected. Taking junk food. So when our routine is not correct, we don't get up in the morning at the right time. If we don't sleep at the right time in the night, we are unable to get up in the morning. So what is the routine that is proposed, which science has shown that it is very valuable? What is that routine which we should follow? I'm sure Sunil Bhaiya has already discussed that. So maybe we can discuss a little on that. We can revise on that. Have you heard of the circadian cycle? Did you hear about it from Sunil Bhaiya? Please respond yes or no. Somebody is saying no and someone said yes. I'm sure Bhaiya has already discussed it, but doesn't matter. We can discuss it again. We can revise it again. So Jai, Anzil, Chakri, you were all there. Can you respond on the chat? What is the appropriate time to get up? What is prescribed? It is proposed. Yes, Chakri, you've raised hand. So maybe you can unmute and say 4 a.m. Why 4 a.m.? What is the reason, Jay? Why should we get up at 4 or 5? If we can't get up at 4, maybe we can get up at 5. If not 5, but the earlier the better.
Ma'am,
Yes.
before sunrise, we have to wake up, ma'am.
Yes, very good. Before sunrise, we have to get up and do what? And why? What should we do in the morning? What is important to be done in the morning?
Ma'am, for to take vitamin D, ma'am.
Vitamin D will be after sunrise, no? But before that, when you get up at 4 or 5, what will you do in the morning? Why do we need to get up in the morning? Prayer, okay, meditation. What else?
Gym for healthy life.
Gym, exercise. Basically, you're saying is exercise.
Yes, ma'am.
What else?
To keep our body fit, ma'am.
Deep breathing. So, yeah, so prayer, exercises, all these things would definitely help the body to be better. How does it help the body to be better? Because there's a lot of toxic which is generated through the digestive system, the food that we have consumed. The nutrition is absorbed by the body, and there is the waste which has to be excreted. So all that system has to be cleared in the morning. So clearing the system, exercising for the body, basically pranayam, yoga, all these things can be taken in the morning. And it is proposed that one has breakfast around 8 o'clock. If you're getting up at 4 or 5, or whatever is the appropriate time for yourself, then you take your breakfast at around 8 so that you have sufficient time in between for lunch. Otherwise, what happens is, if you get up late, then you have a late breakfast, and then you have a very late lunch. So the entire cycle goes on rolling, and the dinner will be still late. So the whole system goes for a toss. So if we have an early breakfast, then there is sufficient 4 hours in between for lunch. And then after lunch, again, you have sufficient time for dinner. Dinner again should be had before sunset. So the whole idea is that the sun rays are very good for digestion. It helps in the digestive system. So it is said that if the food is consumed before sunset, it helps. So the earlier one has, then one has a lot of time for other activities, housework, all the other things. And that's how we can roll into a different timeline compared to what we are right now doing. How many of you get up at early morning 4 and 5 right now currently? Anyone from this group who's getting up in the morning? So this is an entire circadian rhythm. That is, the body is scientifically set. Swapnil, you get up at 5:30. Very good. It's very, very nice. Then the second part of our responsibility is also labor and exercise. What is the difference between labor and exercise? Is it the same or is it different? Is labor and exercise the same? There's no right or wrong. Please respond. Kindly respond. So labor, yeah. So it is different. Labor
Different, ma'am.
Yes, very good. Labor consists of exercise also with certain productive outcome. Very well explained, Swapnil. So both are different. It may both lead to movement, action, activity in the body, but the outcome of labor is more productive compared to exercise. So we are not saying don't do exercise, but what we are proposing is that labor would help us more because it would help us to keep our body fit. At the same time, it would also give more productivity. Can somebody explain why and how? Why is labor considered to be more productive? What will be included in labor? What do you think one can include in labor? If you had to practice labor, what all would you be able to do in that? One makes money for labor. Okay, that is one way of looking at it. That when you make, so labor you're looking at as working, going and working, doing some job somewhere. Labor includes activity performance that is required for certain outcome. Okay, can you explore still more? All of y'all? Okay, I'll give you a clue. I'll ask you a question, which will be a clue for this. How many of you help at home? No responses? Anzil says, okay. Jay says, I help. Swapnil says to some level. What about all the others? Labor strengthens relationship. Excellent, Rizwan. So basically what we are referring over here to labor are different ways of productive labor. That means when we are all living in the house, we are all eating food, we are all taking the shelter to sleep, to live, to work, to study, and so on. So do we think that we have a responsibility towards the home also, towards the family? Or is it only the parents who have to provide us everything ready-made? I'm sure parents are trying to do their best to make our life comfortable. And they try to cook the food, go and buy things, groceries, provide us all the needs that we want. So is our responsibility there towards the family? And all that the parents are doing is not happening automatic. I'm sure they are engaged in a lot of labor in the house, maybe cooking, maybe running errands to buy things, and so on. Seeing that we get washed clothes, maybe ironed also, seeing to it that we get clean vessels. So they are definitely engaged in a lot of labor in the house. So only Anzal thinks it's our responsibility towards the family. What about the others? What do you all think? Or is it better to go to the gym and stay healthy and come back home and expect everything ready-made from parents? Jay says we have responsibilities. Abdul also says it's everyone's responsibilities. Excellent. Excellent exploration. What about the others? Please respond. All of you will have the chat box with you. Sasi also says, yes, we have responsibility towards our parents. You may have elder siblings. You may have a sister at home. You may have a brother at home. Maybe some of them are helping. Maybe some of them are not helping. So it is the responsibility of everyone who's in the family to contribute to the responsibilities in the family. So Swapnil says performing the daily responsibilities that need physical effort is beneficial for physical health also. Yes, Swapnil, you said it all. That's what we are trying to propose here, that while we are helping in the house, we are doing some labor. So it will definitely burn calories. It'll be like an exercise that we go to the gym and do. And at the same time, it will also help us, the family, because we are contributing. So our relationship will be better. The work will be done more better because so many hands will be there. So it is more beneficial for our own health and for the health of others also. So instead of one or two people exerting themselves more physically, everybody takes some share of responsibility. So we are not saying that exercise should not be done. Over and above that, if somebody wants to exercise, definitely exercise can also be done. Labor can also be looked at, say, for example, gardening or farming. So for those of you for whom farming is a possibility, one can engage. That's the best form of labor. There is so much creativity and so much productivity. We can produce our own requirements for the kitchen. Many, even in the urban areas and suburban areas, do engage in kitchen gardening. So kitchen gardening also gives great opportunities for creativity, as well as there is so much of produce which is there. Plus, there is a lot of physical activity which is involved. What do you all think? Are you able to see the possibility of a better health with labor? And better relationship with labor in the family? Okay. So I can see some of you all are definitely exploring and you are able to see this difference. So similarly, like we are all doing labor and working towards our college or towards our workplace, we also have to take care of the postures, because our internal and external body organs, they have to function properly. So postures can be done through yoga, and we can regulate breathing. Somebody had mentioned earlier, that was a very good point that one mentioned. regulating breathing. In fact, during the COVID times, if some of you may have heard that those people who are practicing yoga since long and during the COVID period, there was some study done which showed that those people did not get attacked by corona, and some of them who did not have to go to the hospital. They were not so critically ill. So yoga and regulating the breathing through breathing exercise, pranayam, or any other form of breathing exercises can also help us to stay healthy. Any one of you have any question on this? Or any responses, any reflection? Now, it can so happen that even after doing all this, even after we are very, very regular, there is a possibility that the body may lose harmony. There is a possibility. So what do we do for that? Like, as I explained, somebody is very careful about the intake, very careful and performing all the asanas and doing pranayam, doing labor, but still possibly during COVID times or during certain times, the body can lose harmony. It can be temporary. So when it is temporary, what should we be careful with the intake? Of course, our yoga and breathing and all that will help. But at the same time, if the body really requires something to cure, then we can first refer to our kitchen, because there are so many medical herbs that we use in the kitchen. Can you all give any example of any medical herb which you think you remember, which we use in the kitchen, which is always there in our kitchen? Ginger. What else? Dry ginger is generally there. Turmeric, very good. Turmeric powder, honey, very good. So this way we can see, in fact, in the US, they have made capsules of turmeric powder. So your turmeric is so easily available because we use it for every little thing in the kitchen. Whereas in certain countries, spices are not so commonly used. So they have to encapsulate it and use it as capsules for medicine. So, but in India, we have a rich heritage of Ayurveda. That is all the natural medicines through natural sources. And we can refer to that to keep our body, to bring it back to harmony, especially when it is, temporarily, it's gone into disharmony. Now, suppose doing all this also, in spite of all this care that we have taken, in spite of all that, we fall sick. Maybe we get diabetes or high blood pressure or whatever. In that case, in that last resort, we have to take care further. We may have to take some medicine, some allopathic medicine or whichever, so many other homeopathy or so many other types of medicines are there. So depending on what one is got faith on, one can move on to these medicines, and it is our responsibility to take care, to take proper treatment. Maybe the machine may be required to be placed in the heart or, whatever. So one may have to refer to, certain prescriptions given by the doctors, like dialysis, or some drugs have to be taken, medicines have to be taken. We have to take time, take due responsibility towards it. So if we really have to conclude, what we are trying to now say is that we need to have a peaceful day where we get up early, sleep early. We have at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep, because that's required for the body, especially with heavy work. If anybody is engaged with heavy work, physical work, it is important that they get at least 7 hours of sleep. And we also take care of the kind of air, water, sunlight, food that we are taking in through all the different sense organs. Intake will include everything, even what we are smelling, even the sound that we are taking in. So going into places where there is too loud music, too loud sound, for some time is okay. But if we go in for a longer time, it can impact on our eardrums, into our sense organs. So similarly, if we are living in an area which is very polluted, then the air that we are breathing in, the smell that we are taking in will also have an impact on our body. And we know that there are regions in India which are very highly industrial. There are a lot of emission of gases, harmful gases, and we know that those people are suffering from ailments very early in life. So all these things have an impact, and therefore we have to be careful about what we are taking in. So kindly put down your responses. What do you say for staying healthy? The intake, daily routine, labor and exercise, and postures. Do you think that this would help us to prevent ailments or bringing disharmony in the body, to retain the harmony which was given to us by birth? That is the A part. That is the prevention part. What do you all think? Do you agree to this A part? Are you able to see that taking care of the intake, daily routine, labor and exercise, and posture with regular breathing will help us to prevent any ailments and to keep our body in harmony? Kindly respond by saying A if you agree, and B if you don't agree. Yes, Jay has already responded. Rizwan, Swapnil. So Swapnil thinks that we should not take proper intake. I'm talking about only the A part right now on the screen. So for as prevention, yeah, I thought that you didn't understand my question, so I'm repeating that the A part that you can see in the yellow box, if we are able to take care of that, are we able to prevent disharmony in the body? Are we able to continue to keep our body in more harmony by eating the right food, the nutritious food, food which is digestible? It may be tasty, but if we are able to take the right food, if we are able to take the appropriate care in the water, if we are able to labor and exercise and use yoga, pranayam, etc., do you think you can prevent ailments and keep your body healthy?
Didi, can we take a couple of questions and then it's also time,
Okay.
Didi?
Yeah. I was just concluding only.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. So I don't know
Swapnil
whether.
has raised a hand if he has
Okay.
some.
Okay. We'll take
Swapnil
that.
Bhaiya, if you have any thing to discuss, you can put your reflection.
Can you hear me? Good evening, madam.
Yes, good evening. We can hear you very clearly.
Yeah. Actually, my question is, as you said, having a good routine, taking a good intake as food, air, and all these things can prevent. But my question is, it can prevent the harmony of the body, but it may not
It
be
can
true for
prevent.
the.
No, it can prevent the disharmony of the body. It will help us to keep the body in harmony.
Yeah, it can help us to keep body in harmony, but maybe not for not every time. like I am taking good food. I am going for like exercises every time morning. I'm following the regular schedule and all these things. But maybe someday come like when my body will not feel harmony. So
Yeah.
it may not be true for every time. Like
Yeah.
sometime,
So you're right. That is why we are discussing A and B. The A
yes,
situation is when we are talking about prevention. But
yes,
even after doing all that, there is a possibility that we still may fall sick. But that is temporary.
exactly.
But that is
That is the
temporary.
reason. That is the reason I gave B because
Yeah.
sometime it may be.
So sometimes if it is, that time we can refer to our kitchen and take the
Yes,
natural herbs. And if that does not help also, like for example, in fever, if the fever is
yeah,
going high, we cannot just depend on some natural. We may have to take some paracetamol. So
yes, yes,
that time we have to, because the body is important. We cannot let the body, die. So we have to
yes.
take care of the body. The responsibility is of the self to decide that.
But in that case, recovery will be fast.
Yeah, it may be faster. That is,
Yeah,
there are many natural herbs also where recovery is faster. And there are
exactly.
many homeopathic medicines also where recovery is faster. So we are
What
not
I mean to say,
debating between the type of medication. The essence of what we are trying to say is that first we should try to prevent the disharmony in the body. Second,
that is what I mean to say.
yeah. So even if
That
after taking care, still if
huh,
our body is gone into disharmony, we should try to first revert to the natural sources to cure it. And if
exactly.
that also does not happen, we should take drugs also or take the help of any machine. That is also a possibility.
That is what I mean to say. Like
Yeah.
if I take care of my body and the schedule of my body, so in some case, if my body get disharmony, then it will be very easy to recover the harmony in my
Yes.
body.
You're right, Varun.
With any dose,
Absolutely
that
correct.
is different. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You're
Thank
exploring
you.
it correctly. It's right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Jay, would you like to share something? Can we provide the mic to Jay?
It's already given, Didi.
Okay.
Jaishwarya, would you like to put your reflection, or you want to share something? You can.
He says no. Okay, fine.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So if anybody else has any question, we can take that.
Okay. So it's also time to conclude, Didi. Can we conclude, Didi, for
Yes,
today?
yes, we should conclude because
Yeah.
I'm sure students may be hungry also now.
So, yeah, thank you all the co-explorers and students. We had a very fruitful and elaborative discussion on health of our body. We'll continue with the discussion on this content in the next coming Wednesday also. Keep exploring, and I thank Ella Didi for giving this session to us for today, the content clarity that we have today. So thank you, Didi, and namaste. Namaste to all.
Namaste to everyone. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Namaste,
Thank you,
Mano Didi.
students.
Namaste,
Thank you,
namaste to
students.
all.
And thank you all, co-panelists.
Yeah.
Thank you, Abdur, Swapnil. Thank you very much. All of you all for responding. Thank you very much.